Hey everyone, it's Rhylee Passfield, TikTok sensation, and you're listening to the Oblivion Bar podcast.
Welcome to the Oblivion Bar podcast with your host, Chris Hacker and Aaron Knowles.
Joining us this week on the Oblivion Bar podcast is an absolute TikTok sensation. She just recently surpassed 1 million followers. I think you're at 1.5 now, which is incredible. She coins her content as curse cosplays, and they are some of the most creative and hilarious videos on the internet. She is also an accomplished model, makeup artist, painter, and singer as well. It is my honor and our honor as the Oblivion Bar to introduce and welcome Rhylee Passfield onto the show. Woo! Welcome, Rhylee.
Hello.
There's that laugh that we've all heard. You know, it's funny. The other night, we talked about it a little bit before the show, but I was showing some of my friends. I work at a bar. I nightlife as a bartender, and I was showing some of my friends some of your TikToks the other night, and I swear you could just hear your laugh reverberating throughout the entire restaurant. You're a little like every time you see something funny you've done with your cosplays, you're saying that'll ha! It's so funny. Awesome. Well, firstly, I just wanted to quickly let's just dive into it, right? Let's talk about your venture over on TikTok. You know, as someone who prides themselves, myself, in understanding social media and the culture that it creates within its own zeitgeist, I can confidently say that I do not understand TikTok at all, especially when it comes to promoting our podcast here at the Oblivion Bar. So my question for you is, what was it like for you to initially start your TikTok page? And what advice would you ultimately give other content creators, wink, wink, me, to create like a successful TikTok brand that you've created over there?
For me, it was weird because we went into lockdown. So I'm from Queensland, Australia. We went into lockdown for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was about 2 weeks. And I was like bored in my apartment, and I just posted a story on my Instagram when I had like 2,000 followers on there.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, someone give me like an idea of like a cosplay to do just like out of my cupboard. And so I think like my first like ones I did was like the thumbs from Spy Kids, and then I did Marge Simpson, and then I had like a pretty like good response like from that, just like with the little people that I had then. And then people were like, oh, you should post these on TikTok. So I was like, oh, okay, bet. So literally I just posted them on there, and then it just like went off, and it was just like really random too and unexpected. So I was just like, what's going on?
Sure.
So I think like, I don't know, that in terms of advice, I'm like, just make content that's like, I guess like organic to you, and it's like, it's showcasing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why do these things on the internet to get famous or what have you? Because we can tell when someone's being genuine, whether it be online or otherwise, most of the time. So if you're not passionate about what you're doing, it'll come off pretty quickly that you're not,
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Well, so let me ask you this, kind of a B question to the last one. Do you pay attention to like algorithms and, trends and all of that other stuff when it comes to TikTok? Because you're kind of like in your own little world there as far as like the cursed cosplay as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, literally my own little bubble. No, to be honest, I don't like I was an avid TikTok watcher before. Like I would spend like freaking hours on that app just scrolling through. You just get lost in it. And like you obviously see like trends and stuff through that. But in terms of like the stuff that I post, I don't really I don't really post stuff that goes like with trends or anything. I'm just like I don't know, just posting, just sitting in my room, putting weird makeup on and posting it, and people are like, hell yeah. So Yeah, I don't
All
know.
right. So you heard it here first, everybody. Rhylee Passfield says, just be really awesome at the thing that you love and you'll get TikTok famous.
Yeah, be yourself.
That is the secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And that totally comes across in spades when it comes to watching your TikToks. Like you are literally just doing things that you love. Again, whether that's singing or your cursed cosplays or paintings or all of it. I mean, you're the part of the reason why I wanted to talk to you today and have you on the show is because you come off as very genuine online, and you're not afraid to be silly, and you're not afraid to be yourself, which is, again, it's very refreshing in today's world, especially on social media.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. Yeah. And to kind of, I'm just going to keep building you up here. I'm just going to keep gushing if that's okay. So, and again, like we talked about in the intro here, you're incredibly talented in about every venture that you undertake. Of course, whether that's your cosplays and your hilarious process, your videos are essentially just showing your process, which is amazing. Your unbelievable skill when it comes to makeup, which I think is, I would say that might get overshadowed based on your hilarious videos. You don't actually, some people may not notice how incredibly talented you are as far as makeup artist goes. And then, even playing multiple instruments, I've seen videos of you playing the piano or, singing on and playing a guitar. Like, it's just all just incredible. So, and also as a painter, I mean, gosh. So all that said, and here's where the tricky question comes into play. What challenges you the most of all those, artistically and creatively? And of all those, what is like your true passion?
Oh, first of all, thank you so much. My cheeks are hurting now from smiling.
Just buckle in. Nice. I'm just gonna keep building you up the whole time. So
I love it. I love the validation. This is so good. Oh, to answer the question, I'd say probably like the thing that it all really boils down to is my art. Like, I've always painted and drawn since I was like 3. Mm-hmm. So I think everything kind of stems from that. And there's like such a broad spectrum of artistic, creative things you can do from like painting and drawing and stuff like that and like creating. So I think like that's probably like my biggest passion. I don't know. I'm really bad at answering questions, so
we should have talked about this before we got you over here on the interview. No, I'm just joking. That's perfect. And you know what? What's crazy is that if you ask any creative person, many of them can't tell you why they're creative, right? Like, you just have an itch in your body of like wanting to make something, and you, of course, have multiple avenues with that. So, and I think you're great at all of them. And I think most people. Again, if you like, for instance, I mean, a great example of that is the Oblivion Bar. Over the years, I've tried to, create YouTube channels or write blogs or just do writing in general or whatever, just something to like express myself, creatively. And the Oblivion Bar, I feel like, is the greatest outlet for that. We basically, I don't know if you're familiar with the show at all, but basically it's just a week in review of all things nerd. We just talk about what happened that week in nerdy news. And we have like a main topic. And my co-host Aaron and I, we talk about those things that we would generally talk about regardless, but we put a little bit of quality behind it and we put it out there for other people to kind of participate in and create a community that way. So I totally can relate. We're obviously not on the scale of, Rhylee Passfield, but it is still fun regardless. And I think even if someone's not even to our, say you're just, writing a blog that no one reads, who cares? You're creating something, and that's important.
Exactly. Yes, yeah. That's the biggest thing. It's like, who cares? Like, if you're passionate about something, if you love doing something, then just do it. Like, that's the biggest thing. Who cares? Who cares what people think? Like, especially like if you're just starting out in the thing that you're doing, you might not be like, the best at it, but practice makes perfect. And who cares what people think? You just do it. If you love it, do it.
Do you have a personal favorite cosplay that you've done so far? Is there like a number one that you just are so happy with?
I think
I see Mike Wazowski right behind you. I know that was a good one.
He's just chilling in the back. But I did like Weasel because I think purely for the fact that James Gunn shared it, though, I was like, oh my God. Yes. That was awesome. And that was cool. I'm a huge James Gunn fan myself. He's actually from St. Louis, which is where I live currently. So, I have that, that
admiration for him that I think, a lot of people in the nerd world have. So, and that was cool. That was really cool of him to do that. And it was great. It was really funny. It's one of your funnier videos. I watched the one today. I watched your B movie one. I'm forgetting the name of the character itself, but the B movie one is the one I watched today, and it was so funny. You did a Simpson one as well where you're like in the woods and it's all dark. You just see like all these neon lights throughout the forest, and then it just shows up on your face.
I think that's probably like my favorite video that I've done. Mr. Burns, the glowing Mr. Burns. Yeah. Yes. So I got to do it with my brother too. He just moved to the UK, so it was good.
Sure. Okay, so here's kind of a broad question. And I know that you probably hate answering questions like this, but I'm just curious, and you can say no to it also. What has it been like since reaching 1 million subscribers? I mean, do you feel like anything has changed for you and your channel? Or have things basically been status quo since? And have you had like other creators try to reach out for collaborations or advice too? It's
been wild. Like my phone doesn't stop, like the notifications and stuff. Like it just is forever. I'm just stuck in this like whirlpool of notifications. And like obviously like comments and messages from people are just so beautiful. Like some of the messages that I receive and the comments are just like, they're so lovely. It's mind blowing. And also like, I don't really go out much, to be honest. Like I just kind of am a hermit at home painting my face. So like, but like every time I've gone out now, I've had like people recognize me from online, and then like people want to get like photos and stuff, and I'm just like, what? Like, what? It's crazy.
That's got to be so unreal, to have people who are actually like wanting to take a picture with you because of TikTok. Like, not that that's amazing, obviously, and I'm sure that's probably something that you would have even thought possible when you first started doing this.
Yeah, no way. I'm just like, what? Like, I'm literally just some weirdo that sits at home painting my face. Like, you want a photo? That's crazy.
So, and I'm sorry, again, if this is tacky or if you don't want to answer this, but I know a lot of people venture into the world of just kind of doing TikTok full time. Have you thought about that possibility at all? Or are you still want to keep your day job to kind of keep things normal? Or what's kind of the plan there?
I definitely, that's my goal, to be able to do this full time, because I mean, like, literally nothing makes me happier. So if I can make this a sort of full-time job, then I'll be set. Like I'll be so happy. So that's definitely a big goal. Yeah, for sure.
Sure. And again, I said it at the beginning, if I had any idea how to work TikTok, I would have reached out to you a long time ago and said, hey, how did you go about doing this? But we kind of already talked about how you were just saying, basically just do what you love doing, and you'll find the audience at some point, whether that's 1 million or whatever. It doesn't matter, honestly, as long as you're having a good time doing it. Okay. Yeah. I have kind of a weird question here. Okay. And this is something that we ask all of our guests. And well, let me preface this by saying that, this will tell us a lot about you, not only as a creator, but as a person. And we don't want to overhype this, but this is kind of a big deal. So,
oh God, okay.
In the world of Pokemon, you are in that world, okay? You get to choose your starting 6 teammates. Who are those 6 and why, Rhylee?
Oh, that's so hard. I'm not even going to be able to think of them on the spot. Oh, 6. 6? I thought you said 16 at first. I was like, oh, geez. Oh, my, right, I'm head up.
I got to go.
Okay. This is hard. Snorlax, just because he's funny. Like, it's just a big dude that just falls on the screen. It's just funny. Pikachu, because obviously it's Pikachu. Jigglypuff, because it's cute. So cute. Sure. Charizard was like my favorite as a kid, so I have to put that one in there. Wait, okay, what's the I painted my face as a kid as I think it's
Hypno?
Yes, that one. Yes, I did. I painted my face as that one. So we'll put that one in there. I've got 2 more. Wait, have I got 2 more?
Yep,
I think
you got 4 right now.
2 more. Oh, Lickitung. Oh, yes! Pokemon. You're a legend. I love you.
Hey, those are worth a lot of money.
Oh, dude. These are my brothers. So good. Okay. Oh, Ninetales, because Ninetales is just beautiful. Like, I want to be Ninetales. Okay, I've got one more left.
I just love that these are all original 151 too. These are all Kanto Pokemon, so you're like an OG fan. I think that actually is 6. As you said, Lickitung and then Ninetales. But I just want, for everyone who cannot see Rhylee right now, she's currently going through a book of Pokemon cards. And I just want everyone to know that she's using it as a reference to pick her 6. And I love that kind of dedication. Thank you also, Mama Passfield, for bringing that in.
Yes, thanks, Mom. She just like snuck it up beside me because she's like hearing me struggling. She's like, here, got you.
So, okay, final question here. This is actually off the cuff. I did not plan this, but I am curious.
Okay.
Do you have like a major inspiration when it comes to, whether it be creativity or makeup or someone that you look up to? It could be someone on TikTok, could be a celebrity, it could be an artist of some sort. Is there someone that you just kind of look towards when it comes to inspiration, someone that you kind of strive to emulate in certain ways?
Oh, I wouldn't say there's like a one person in particular. For me, it's just like film and TV collectively as like a thing. Like I'm just obsessed with movies and shows. So does that?
I think that's.
Is that fair?
I think that's good. Yeah. And do you have? So what is like your? What would you say? I'm always like a favorite guy. Like I don't know how you are, but I always keep these lists in my head of like favorite movies. Like I keep all the lists. Okay. Do you have a favorite movie of all time?
My favorite, like I've got so many favorites, but I would say like my favorite one is Joker, just because like the acting, the makeup, the costumes, the filming, the music, everything is just like mind blowing, like amazing.
Sure. Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing in that role too.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
When they first talked about Joker, again, being in the zeitgeist of nerd culture and just kind of like always paying attention to what's going on and new movie releases and all that. When they first announced the Joker and they said that Todd Phillips was directing it, who had only directed, I think, the Hangover films at that point, I was like, what is this? Like, why is this a thing? But then when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. How did they even succeed in this? And it's amazing. Honestly, I know there are gripes with every film and whatever, but I think overall it's a total success. And actually I've seen you quite a bit. I even have it in our graphic for this interview that you've many times, I think, dressed up as Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Yes, that's what I do. Like if I watch a movie, I can't just enjoy it. Like I can't just be like, oh wow, that's a really good movie. I have to go home and then make the costume and then be that person, because I'm like so inspired and like just love it so much. I'm like, okay, I need to be them now.
There's something to be said about that. There's something, I think that's special. I don't know what that really says, but I think that, again, as a creative person, when you have that inspiration, you just got to run with it. You can't think about it too much. And I think that that is perfect. And I think that perfectly describes, again, whether it's serious or funny, your content that you have on TikTok, it brings joy to people. I want to go back to the other night when I was showing some people your TikTok page, the hilarious, the laughs, whether it was yours or ours, it was just so much fun. So I truly, I want to say thank you so much for sitting down with me today, talking with me. I know it was a very brief conversation, but I truly cherish the moment that we've had to talk. And like we said in the beginning, you're amazing. You're an amazing follow over on TikTok. And I personally get really excited whenever I see any of your new cosplay videos or really any content that you put out. So it was an honor.
So
and I would love to have you on anytime you're available. If you ever have something crazy happen in the world and you want to kind of get it out to a certain group of nerds, definitely let us know at the Oblivion Bar and we will have you on whenever you want. So before we close out, Rhylee, though, do you have anything that you want to plug at all? Anything that you want to just kind of round out the conversation with?
Oh, my mom just said something. I don't know what she just said. I don't know. Helping people. What? Oh. Okay.
We're getting a quick word from Mama Passfield.
Yeah, Mom's like, no, I don't want to say that. don't know. I think my biggest thing, like what I said before, is like I want my what's it called, platform to just encourage people to just be themselves and have fun with what they're doing and just love life.
Well, and remind me one more time, your actual handle over on TikTok, is it Rhylee95? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Rhylee.
Rhylee 95. It's RHYLEEP 95.
I love it. Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Rhylee, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.